Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Ronnie, and well, you know who she is, but she's not here right now. So we are the Ward family. Well, you guys might be wondering where Marianne is. She's out doing a couple of things right now. As you can see, my daughter just sneaking in the background, stealing some of her dad's chips. Say hi, Leah. Well, you guys might be wondering, but like the title says, we're going to do a little bit of story time. And what story time am I talking about? Well, it's a story that not a lot of people know about. I never really talked about it for a while. Some people know bits and parts of it, but we're going to be talking about why I dropped out of high school. So yeah, let's get into it. So basically, there's a lot that went into my decision of why I signed the papers to walk out of high school at the age of 18. It was a senior year of high school, and I dropped out. A lot of people don't know the reasons behind why I did it. Nobody even knew I left, to be honest with you. A lot of my friends during the time that were still in high school, that were finishing and graduating, did not know where I went. I kind of disappeared for a long time, for almost 3 or 4 months. Nobody even saw me until prom. Yeah, I did get to go to my prom for my senior year. It was, Marianne took me there, so I still got to go to prom. But let's get into it. Let's talk about why I left. So first question, how old was I and what grade was I in? Well, like I said, I was 18 years old, and it was my senior year of high school. Yes, my 12th grade year. Next question is, why did I stop at 12th grade? I was so close. Why did I stop? My credits were not where it was supposed to be. For multiple reasons. My daughter was in the hospital. I spent most of my time with her. She was in and out of the hospital for almost 6 months in total. I was the one who stayed repeatedly over and over again. I would not leave. I refused to leave my daughter. Marianne tried to leave and she would watch Leah while I was at school, but I refused to do it. I got some hate about it. I got some people that understood it. It just wasn't, it is what it was. Couldn't really do much about it. So I started falling behind on my schoolwork. Now, I did keep up. Like, it wasn't like I was dumb and didn't know what I was doing. No, I knew exactly what I was doing. I tried my hardest to keep up with all my work and everything like that. Like I said, I got a lot of hate. I got a lot of hate for missing school from teachers, being a teen dad. I mean, come on, I'm not gonna throw names out there just because, but I had a teacher who basically told me in high school that I would amount to nothing, that I would be a deadbeat father because of my decisions of staying with my daughter in the hospital. I had a teacher tell me that. I've had teachers tell me to just drop out. And they told me I wasn't going to make it. And believe me, it wasn't like I just tried to give up. I fought my hardest to try to complete high school because nobody in my family has done it. No. So my main goal was to complete high school and go to college. Did any teacher, counselor, student that knew of this ever tell me the pros and cons of dropping out? And the answer is yes and no. Why am I saying yes and no? Because I had teachers tell me the pros and cons to dropping out and give me false information about it. I've had a counselor who was very helpful in my decision making of what I did. So basically, this is what happened. I had teachers who told me that dropping out is not a great idea. I mean, of course, no, everyone's going to tell you that. But they were telling me that if I dropped out, because at the time I was trying to go into the military, which wasn't, I couldn't do that, wasn't the best decision, it wasn't going to work out for me because of what was going on with my daughter at the time. I just couldn't happen, so I didn't get to go. But they told me I would not be able to go to the military. They told me I would not be able to go to college, that I wouldn't be able to get a good job, that I basically would be nothing. I've had teachers physically say that to me. But one day, I left school. My daughter was healthy. Everybody was fine. It was during Christmas break of my senior year. Christmas break. And I was out of school I spent that whole winter break figuring out whether or not dropping out was a great idea. And it went back and forth with me, man. I talked to MARIANNE about it. I talked to many people about it. Well, it finally came to me that this is what I want to do. So I walked into my high school. I didn't have my backpack on me. I didn't have my notebooks. I had my keys. I walked straight in, talked to my friends for a little bit, talked to MARIANNE for a little bit because she was still in high school. She was getting ready to go to class, and the bell rung. Well, I walked up to my first period class. During the time I was in my first period, I was sitting there, and everybody else was doing their work, and my teacher that was in there they're doing a test. That's what they were doing. They were doing a test. And I remember the teacher didn't give me the test. And I was wondering why I didn't get the test. It's my first period English class. I remember why. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting the test. So I had asked my teacher, like, hey, why am I not taking the test? And she said, well, because I can't hand you the test because you haven't been here or you don't know the, content of what we're doing. And I had said, yes, I did. I know what I'm doing. Just hand me the test so I can take it. She said, no, I can't give it to you. So at that point in time, I looked at her and I said, all right, that's cool. I had other words for her too as well, because she did tell me before I walked out the door, when I got up, she said, you will be nothing if you walk out that door, because she knew what I was doing. I had some very choice words that I'm not going to say, but y'all probably know what I've probably told her. A few of you who are watching this video that were in that classroom probably know what I said too. But I walked straight out that door. I walked over to my case manager who was handling my stuff at the time. He was a great guy, helped me out with everything. He was very understanding. He tried to do whatever he could to, keep me on a straight path, to keep me lined up so I could, pass high school. But he knew that my decision was clear, that this is what I needed. I walked to him and told him what I was doing. So then at that point, I went to my counselor's office and I walked right into her office. And I had told her, I said, look, this is my last day. And she looked at me and said, well, is it really your last day? I said, it is my last day of high school. She said, are you sure about this? I said, yes, I need to go. And that's when, my counselor at the time became probably one of the most helpful people during this time. That's my junior year, I had my daughter. Sophomore year, I struggled a little bit, going back and forth, because at the end, that's when MARIANNE got pregnant. So during sophomore year, so it was back and forth then. So I was kind of off during that year. I tried to recover from it, but I didn't expect my daughter to have issues and things like that. But that's what happened to me. They basically told me I wouldn't be able to go to the military, I wouldn't be able to find a job, I wouldn't be able to do anything else. And I thought that was true. Honestly, when I went and told my counselor says, I told the counselor about what, people had told me. She goes, no, that's not true. She said, because I live in the state of Maryland. In the state of Maryland, if you drop out of high school and get a GED, that is a high school diploma. It's the same exact thing. How do I know that? Well, I'll get into that. But that's what I was told. I said, okay, that's cool. So next day, I came back, signed my papers to me dropping out. I walked out of high school, got in my car, drove home. I'm not gonna lie, for about a week or two, I was depressed because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I had no job, I had nothing. I did feel like a deadbeat until I got a job. Now, where did I get a job? I got a job working at a daycare center from my wife, who at the time was my girlfriend, but she got me a job working at a daycare center. I love that place to death. Matt, if you're watching this,
you're the best.
You are the best. You taught me a lot. I miss you, and I will come see you again. Matt was my boss. He taught me so much about life, man. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have. Honestly, I don't know where I'd be at today.
It would be terrible.
Yeah. That guy was beyond a ginormous help. Man, I met some great people when I worked there. I learned a lot there too. I had some fun too, but he gave me a job, gave me a shot when nobody else would. And when I'm that kind of person, if you stick your neck out for me, I'll stick my neck out for you, and I busted my butt for him. Whenever he needed, he needed somebody to work overtime or whatever, I was the one who would most likely love to do it. I always helped him out. About a month after I got out of high school, after I dropped out, I went and got my GED. Now, some people go through GED programs that allow you to be taught the things that you don't know. Well, like I said, when I was in high school, teachers told me I didn't know anything. That I wasn't paying attention, that I wasn't there enough to know any of this information. Which I knew it. There's a reason why I didn't study for my tests. I just took them and passed them. But they failed me because I was never in school. Even though I did pass my tests. But yeah, they did that. So, I went and took my tests. Took 4 of them. Never studied for it. Never did nothing. Passed all of them. And you know what's the funny part? If the teacher, and you know who I am, if the teacher that ever told me that I wouldn't amount to anything and told me that I wouldn't be able to pass my GED is seeing it. So, for the teacher that, and if you're watching this, you know who I am. You know what you said to me. You know, all those teachers out there who ever told me I wouldn't amount to nothing. If y'all watching this, believe me when I say this.
Don't ever doubt me.
Y'all told me, okay, and I quote, that I will not pass high school until I was 21 years old. That's what all of you told me. That I would not pass till I'm 21. That's what y'all said. Well, guess what? Okay? Here's a great thing about the fact that y'all said that. Y'all said the wrong thing to the wrong person. You do not tell me I can't do something. Because I will go do it. And I will prove you wrong. I was out of high school for a whole month. I was depressed for 2 weeks. Didn't do nothing. 4 tests. Math, English, science, history. Never studied. Never did anything. Paid attention to every single class. Y'all told me I wouldn't be able to do it. Passed the test before. So guess what? You know what the funny part is? I have a thing right here. It says Maryland High School Diploma. That's my name. Maryland High School Diploma. And I passed it. I might have not got to walk the stage. I might have not got the glory that everybody else did. They told me I was going to graduate when I was 21 years old. When I got my confidence back, you all told me I'd never make it anywhere. I wouldn't be doing anything. Well, here I am. I'm doing this. I'm feeling great. I got my high school diploma. And if y'all don't believe me, you can look at it. Anybody who got a high school diploma, go look at yours. Same thing, just ain't in a pretty little thing. I didn't get to walk across the stage and wear a gown. I worked on this on my own. This piece of paper, it's great. I did it. Y'all don't believe me? There it is. Pass, pass, pass.
Stamped and everything.
All 4 tests. It's stamped. And you know when something's stamped, you know it's official. But I did that. I passed. And that's my story on why I dropped out. You always gonna have haters. You always gonna have somebody wanting to tell you you can't do something. You can go do whatever the hell you want. Whenever you want. Go do it. Go get up. Go do it. Don't let somebody tell you can't. I got people telling me every day I can't go do something. I do it. Because that's how you do it. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. You know, one of the best things about all of this, I am a high school graduate. I am currently working on becoming a technician at Audi. I have 2 beautiful kids and a gorgeous wife. And we're currently working on getting our own home. I guarantee you guys, you're gonna see me in a much better place. Because I have the drive, I have the passion. I don't like being told I can't do what I do. I don't like people telling me I can't do this or I'm not gonna be able to do that. You might be able to. You might tell me that. But like I said, I'll prove you wrong. I have a diploma just like everybody else. It's just, like I said, nobody got to pick it up. Nobody handed it to me. I had to drive to Baltimore to get it. So, not everybody knows to know the truth. Just remember, this is now the start of a new chapter for me in a whole new way. So all of you who are watching right now, thank you. For those of you who's gonna be watching in the future, thank you. Y'all gonna be awesome. Y'all gonna be great. And remember to always like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get all these types of videos. Because you guys are going to get to know us a little bit better. Peace.